early days of television, when receiving sets were few and revenues from the sales of
The Eskwilax hour now shooting live from Boyle Heights.
Those little leaves and branches just pop right out at you.
Number
There he comes.
8. Take 1.
These little son of a guns hiding your brush. You just have to push him out.
The Eskwilax hour shooting live from Boyle Heights since 2015. La hora del Eskwilax en vivo desde 2015 de Boyle Heights.
Eskwilax Hour, episode 149, with your host, Low Q. Today we have a good artist named Jose.
Stage name, Los Angeles.
There you have it.
Sup? What's good?
So, what do you do?
I'm a queer synth pop musician and full-time college student.
So, break it down. I actually want to know about the music part. How did you start off with that? What inspired that?
I started making music myself like late 2015, mainly because that's the time I started going to concerts a lot, but it's something I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. So Low Q is my cousin, right? So if you know our cousin Vicky.
Yeah.
So when I was little, I would literally we would go in her room and we would put on wigs and we would dance around and lip sync to songs. And then another cousin of ours, Emma, we would like sit on the porch and sing loud. Can I curse? Can I cuss?
Cuss a little bit.
Loud is really fucking loud. Like the neighbors would get really pissed off. So ever since I was a little kid, it's what I wanted to do. And then I finally had the courage to actually do it once I got to college and started going to concerts and met people who are my age and make music too.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Before we jump into the rest of it, would you mind showing off your little outfit?
Oh, all right. So today I'm wearing custom. I'm just kidding. This is a cape that my friend Chrissy and I found at the Goodwill for $3. It's lit. And then a beret from Forever 21. Glasses from Santee Alley with stickers on them from Walmart. Quality content for a good price.
They're Napoleon.
I look like some weird Halloween wizard pimp
You're like
from
a dark
France.
version of Napoleon Bonaparte. I like your boots though. What are they?
The lugs.
The lugs or knockoff?
The
Timbs?
knockoff Timbs. I love them though. They're really comfy now. After a few weeks, I don't know.
So so when was your first song released? Like, what happened there?
Well, it depends. If we're talking about Los Angeles, the first song came out on my birthday in 2016. So November 16, 2016, I dropped a song called I Don't Know What I'm Doing. But I'd done stuff prior to that. I had a whole album called Save Me, Forgive Me under the name of Hoslay, which is what my friends call me. Because Jose, Hoslay. Hoeslay. It's on SoundCloud, but it's on private. If anyone wants the link, hit me up, I guess. But it's kind of shit. So I finally decided to take it more seriously, and I produced I Don't Know What I'm Doing, even if it's not the best.
Is that the one we filmed?
No. We filmed Die, remember?
Oh, all right.
Low Q was the cameraman, co-director for the Die music video available on YouTube and on SoundCloud.
There you have it, guys.
And that one came out in October. So I did I did I Don't Know What I'm Doing, November 2016. And then the following Valentine's Day, so it's been about a year, I dropped an EP called XXXLA. And then we did Die, and then I have some like other unreleased songs that people don't know about, but if like we're cool, I send them like unlisted YouTube links to it. Like, I don't know if any of my fans is a weird word to use, even though I kind of have some now, which is really weird. But if anyone's watching, I'm sure if you know Fourth Dimension, Body Chromatic, I Can't Be Alone, those are songs that I only send to specific people, which is kind of weird, but I like kind of having a connection with the people who listen to my music when it's something that's very exclusive and it's something that like, oh, I made this song and I really want you specifically to hear it, and only a few people have heard it, but your opinion matters to me. So that's really fun.
So, what's your favorite song so far?
Million Reasons by Lady Gaga. I'm just kidding.
No, your song.
My song?
Yeah. What's one of your favorite songs right now that you recently made, either recently made or, in the past?
Die is a really good one. I think the one that a lot of my friends and fans like is one called Fourth Dimension, which literally there's this, I'll just talk about it because it's not like it's a big deal. There's this artist, his name is Louis Laroche, and he's this French, like, I don't want to like describe his genre, but it's like funk, kind of disco, but it's EDM too. And he has this song called Crusaders, and it's all instrumental, so I wrote over it. I wrote a song called Fourth Dimension, and it's a bop. Like, it's so fucking good. And yeah, that's the one that my friends actually know the words to and listen to often. That one's fun.
You remember your lyrics?
Of course I remember my lyrics.
Sing it.
Sing Fourth Dimension?
Yeah.
Okay, yikes. I need you the most, heartache ghost. Your fourth dimension is our soul connection. And we'll ride stereo cruise right. We can vibe pink lights. Midsummer night screams falling in, falling out, falling. It's fun. That's a little a cappella snippet, I guess. It's like it's really cool because it's like a funky. It's like very 80s new wave, but it's also like disco. It's fun. I like it a lot. I listen to it since I am a full-time student. Every time I take the red line to North Hollywood, when I get off the 53, I walk from Spring just to the train, and the second I get off, I hit play on that song. Like every single day I go to school, which might be kind of cocky, but it's my jam.
But why?
All the time. Because it's good.
It helps
and
you
like
walk?
the beat is like, and I'm just walking. And my song is playing in my headphones, and I know I look kind of ridiculous because I'm probably strutting down the middle of
Like
downtown
knocking
LA
guys
looking a
out on the way
mess,
and
but
stuff. No, you're good, man. And don't get me wrong, I actually like what he's doing. I haven't heard any of his music except for Die and like a couple of other stuff, but he has a lot of talent. He's really good. He's skilled, and he knows what he wants to do.
yeah.
That's what I like about it.
The first time you heard Die was funny. We were hanging out at one of your friends' house.
My friend?
Yeah, one of your friends' house. With why am I forgetting his name? Your and Javi's friend. The one who also produces.
The what?
John.
Oh.
We were hanging with John, and I remember you listened to the music, and you listened to that song, and it
we
was
were at
like,
Rodrigo's house.
yeah, and that song, I just remember you, like, at first that song was like really intense for you. I don't know if you remember, but it was, the production on that song's really heavy because it's yeah, it's a strong ass song, but it's really fun.
It's a good song. That's a good song actually. I like the then, like the whole process into that led to the video was really good.
That was a fun time.
Yeah, that was fun.
So yeah,
Where was it at again?
we filmed it at the old park in Griffith, the old zoo in Griffith Park, and it's really funny because I think I texted you and Maria. Maria's our other cousin who helped me direct the video. Literally the next day I was on Twitter highlights, there was this whole thing about how, I think it has a name, I think they named it, but a mountain lion was running rampant near the old zoo. And we were there like at 9 o'clock at night. It was pitch black. We were just filming in this abandoned building, and we could have gotten eaten alive. We could have died. But like, it's all good because it produced a quality video edited on iMovie. But yeah, that was fun. We had a good time with the disco ball. We had to We had a disco ball, and we were shining my phone's flash onto the disco ball to try to get like disco ball light onto the walls of a pitch black room. It worked though.
What else did we
kinda.
do? Oh, it was we did the flashing light.
Oh, the strobe.
Yeah,
right.
we did the strobe light too.
That was fun. That was a good time.
Dude, I wish you had I wish you could show it right now, the footage of it. Do we have footage?
No, we don't.
That's
No,
a
we
really
don't.
good video.
You could just look up Los Angeles Die on YouTube. It's Los Angeles with a T. Los Angeles Die. It sucks because since obviously I'm not that big of an artist, it will want to correct it to, did you mean Los Angeles Die? But it hasn't been doing that for me lately. I don't know if it's just because it's my phone and I watch my video fairly often. But I think now it does come up. I think it is the first thing that comes up. And if not, you can just hit no, I did mean Los Angeles Die. Yeah, my name is kind of hard for promo, but it's fine.
It's all good. It's all good. So, what inspired your style?
What inspired my style?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think my style is very fluid because I am someone, who is queer. So the way I look, like I wear crazy shit on the regular. This isn't even me being necessarily any more extra than I am every day. But definitely the 80s. Definitely the 80s, a lot of new wave aesthetics. Interestingly enough, I don't play video games, but like a lot of 80s video games, and even the movie Tron is a big inspiration to me
It's a good game.
because it's aesthetically just so beautiful, and I love the whole concept of something being neon and really bright and vibrant yet dark. And then I also am a big fan of Renaissance paintings, and I also like Rococo and Baroque architecture, like gold ornamental sort of things.
See.
Like the whole Los Angeles thing.
Yeah.
The logo for it. So I guess not the whole Los Angeles thing, but the logo for it is actually the creation of Adam by Michelangelo. Michelangelo, on the Sistine Chapel on the top, it has God on a cloud that's shaped like a brain reaching out to Adam. So that like imagery like that is really cool to me. Paintings combining like that natural sort of feel, that gritty feel with something modern and future.
Yeah.
That's my vibe. And aliens, and yeah, I love aliens.
Aliens.
That's a
I know,
mood.
man. That's a mood. And so when did you start realizing that this is what you wanted to do? Like,
I mean,
permanently. And you're just like
permanent when I decided this is do or die.
yeah, this is it. This is make or break.
Honestly, probably when I dropped that first mixtape album thing under Hosley, so like May 2016. It's been almost 2 years since I did that. I was in one of my theater courses.
Yeah.
We had a journal from the Disney Imagineers. I forgot what it's called. But we had to choose our own project outside of class. It could be whatever we wanted. It just had to be a creative project. And I decided to make my album that project. And by the end of all these steps, all these pages I had to fill in, like it would make you like list things. It would make you like list colors and textures. Like what does the album feel like? If you were to look at a single image, like how do you encapsulate your art in a feeling? How do you like make that into something tangible? It was a lot of work. And at the end of that, like I fell in love with what I was doing, even though it was a challenge. It's like the perfect job. It's lots of suffering. Anyone who makes it in the music industry goes through so much, and you see that on the news all the time. And a lot of people, like, obviously, I'm a big fan of Lady Gaga, and Lady Gaga herself, she has fibromyalgia, and she's broken her hip. She's had all these different injuries for performing. And I think it was Tupac who said, if you knew how much you'd have to go through, or if you knew how much work it takes to become famous, you wouldn't want to be famous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm probably misquoting him. I think that's Tupac.
I think it is.
But it's not a matter of fame for me. It's just a matter of, being someone who is queer, being someone who is Latino, raised in South Central. No one really expects much of you.
Yeah.
No one really thinks you're going to get anywhere. So it's really, it's true. No one thinks you're anything. When you're brown and you're from the hood, even though another thing that I always feel the need to bring up is that I'm lighter skinned, so I do have more privileges than other people.
Yeah.
But when you're brown and from the hood, no one thinks you're going to be anything. And me being queer just makes me want to be more. And I'm the type of person who just wants to help other people. So through music, it gives me something where I can make other people's lives better and make people like me know that they can get somewhere. Like, I've had people message me recently, like a few weeks ago, someone tell me that one of my songs helped them stop like doing like self-harm. Someone was self-harming, and it's funny because I have mental health problems. Well, it's not funny, but I have mental health problems. And I remember when I wrote that album, the first one, I had a friend who was self-harming. And I had a mental breakdown, and I was crying to my friend, Kaylin, about how I don't know how I can help people. Like, I felt helpless. Like, my art isn't good enough. I'm not going to help anyone. And it's crazy to think that that album specifically is what someone DM'd me on Twitter about like 2 weeks ago saying, Save Me, Forgive Me, which was written about my mental health, helped me stop self-harming. And that's crazy. That's like, it's something so small, and I know this is something that takes years and years, but even something that small, I cried. I was just sitting at home crying. I think I was in the car or something, but I was crying when I got that DM.
No, it's all good, man. Like, I've been told that too. Like, that song helped me understand myself a little more, But that's what music's about, man. Like, it doesn't even have to have lyrics in it sometimes, It can have instruments, just be instrumentals, and it's like, it sets the mood,
It's about feeling. It's about something that's it's a visceral, it's in here, which is like why I brought up earlier. You really do want to figure out if you're making music. So, because I do visual design too. So when I make something, I take so much thought into every single little detail, what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like. And so like you said, you don't need words. It needs to be something that is true to you, because your inner life, projected, heightened, someone's going to feel that. And it can change lives. And that's what's so beautiful to me about music in particular.
What does music make you feel?
Alive. Alive, which is such a basic word, I know, but music just makes me feel, again, mental health. I have a list of problems, but every time I go to a concert, it's live music specifically. Like, I love music and I listen to music all the time, but there is no feeling that can replicate what you feel when you go to a live show, right? When you perform Nirvana, right? It's like no high can top that high.
Yeah. Unless you're high there.
True. Speaking of which, so I did get pretty stoned at a Lights concert recently with my friend Chrissy, my best friend Chrissy. And even if you're not high, it's still an amazing time. But
of course,
specifically the Lights concert that I went to recently and the Lady Gaga concert that I went to in August, after those shows, those are the shows that remind you, like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to be up on that stage. I want to have people throwing wigs onto my stage. I want to have rowdy people screaming, yes, fuck me up in the front row. So I know it's crazy, but it's funny. Like, it's weird because, like, that's such a thing that's, like, big in pop music. But now, like, I'll go to, like, other shows. You can go to a rap show. You can go to a punk rock show, a metal show. There will be someone in the crowd screaming, yeah.
I don't know about a punk show. But yeah, I feel you, dog. Like, shit starts getting passed down through the music. It's pretty much how it starts becoming, unision, pretty much, in union. It just starts connecting, and the more that we progress through music, I think the more we'll start, mixing genres and mixing cultures and trends and all that stuff.
Yeah, the more we progress in music, the more we progress in art. I mean, they go hand in hand. Yeah. But, when art delivers a message, change comes with it. So music is progress. Unless some people use it for other things, because some people do. But that's another thing. That's what's most important to me about music is, so like the song Die.
Yeah.
When we're gone, will they remember our names? I don't want our history to fade. That song is really important to me because it's simply about when you feel like you don't want to be alive, when you feel like everything's going to shit, and then it's the music at the end of the day. It's you find those people that were the music, the people, your friends, and you want to make something out of your life. You want to be remembered not for a selfish way, because it is selfish to an extent. I think that goes for many artists. You know, we all want
To be acknowledged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's important for me that I leave some sort of mark and make some sort of change with my music, because there's a quote by Gandhi, you must be the change you want to see in the world.
Yeah.
So, and again, being brown from the hood, you really have to be the change you want to see in the world, because ain't nobody around you gonna do anything to help you. It's all on your own. I came here with my uncle Louis. He dropped me off, and we had that conversation in the car that you have to have your own hustle. It doesn't matter who's there for you, who's not there for you. If you want it, if you see that things are wrong, if you see bad in the world, if you see people suffering, and you see the tiniest way in which you can help and you're not helping, that's kind of a disgrace. That's kind of a shame if you have a voice and you don't use it.
That's true. That's wasted. That's a waste of a good fire.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But that's good though. You got into depth with that. I like that. What do you want to change in the world that you see that should be accepted or should not be accepted?
I want to help queer up the world, because that's the thing, is when you're queer you have a very open mindset. Not saying that people who aren't queer might not have open mindsets, but the thing is, coming from LA, even though it is hard being queer and being a person of color, we have it easy compared to everyone else. Mm-hmm. So easy compared to everyone else. This country, with all the problems it has,
How many?
Still manages to have more opportunities than other countries, with the very few opportunities we have. And I just want to, tour the world, and I want to help inspire rage. It is almost not violence, but a feeling of violence within you. Like, I don't know if you felt that when you make music, that it is a fire. It is when you care about something so much. I want people to see a queer person of color thriving, not living, but thriving.
Surviving?
Thriving is beyond surviving.
Striving?
Striving for a better life. I just want so much to change. I don't want people to feel trapped, because that's how I felt growing up. Not necessarily, I don't know, just trapped in so many ways. One of the things being no one believing in you.
I think that's just an LA thing, low key. Like, it seems like a sinkhole.
No, it's not just LA. A lot of people in the world, there are people, like, here's the thing is, I don't think I can affect necessarily, laws in other countries. There are countries where you can be killed for being gay, for being lesbian, for having same-sex interactions, because people don't understand that that's natural, happens in nature, and humans are the only species that shows homophobia. But it's a very natural thing, and people are literally being murdered for living their damn lives without inflicting any harm to anyone else around them. Like, people are just living their lives, and the thing is, it's stressful because you see all these horrible things on the news, and you think, like, I can't do anything to help that. So the most important thing to me, again, is one of the most important things is love. So I preach love in my music. I preach love in the art that I make. And so when you are open-minded and when you do preach love, and beyond tolerance, not tolerance. Tolerance is a lazy word. When you take the time to care and you show other people that it's possible to love yourself and to love others, no matter what you might be going through, someone else will see that. You don't know who that person can be. That person could be that person who goes on to, change the world and make all these different laws. You need to inspire people because, like I said, the tiniest little thing can start a chain reaction.
Of course, man. It's like a fire.
The tiniest little thing. So, I'm okay with being a tiny little thing as long as at the end of my life, I just want to feel that I've helped people around the world feel happy being themselves and just unafraid and also just full of that rage that I brought up earlier so that they can go out into their communities. Hopefully, obviously, if it's safe for them to go out into their communities and be open and make music, make art, make change. Don't be afraid. I'm afraid all the time, but you just can't give up ever, no matter how much you want to. You just can't. And I want people to not give up. I know that was a whole big thing, me mumbling around with words, but that's the gist of it, is I want people to know their worth.
You have been the most talkative guest we had so far. That's a really good thing.
Yeah, I talk a lot.
No, but that's good.
Yeah, it's good. For some people don't like it, but that's kind of dumb. Like, what's weird? Ever since I was a little kid, what's the stupidest thing to me?
What?
When people, this literally pisses me off. When people tell you ask too many questions.
No. The more you know, the better, right?
If you're not asking questions, you don't know the answers. Duh. People who tell you that just want you to be quiet. People who tell you that don't care about what you have to think, what you have to say. People like that are ignorant. And I love my family members, but it's often just been my family my entire life saying, you ask too many questions.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I care. I care about things. I want to be informed. Sorry that I am interested in living my life to the fullest.
Do it. Rock that shit.
Which is another thing that comes with being queer, is people wanting you to shut up while you're just trying to live your life to your fullest.
So how do you deal with all that stuff on a daily basis? Like, say you go out, and someone says stuff like that. You end up writing music, or do you talk to friends? So I'm trying to get some more advice so that way we can put it out for other people out there struggling. Find ways for them to deal with it too.
Well, let's just say, I don't go out. I don't go out much. But just if I'm having, like I said, being in LA, I don't ever get harassed by anyone on the street or anything. No one ever tells, not even in school, I'm fine. And that's a blessing to be able to say that I'm fine. But for other reasons, when it comes to mental health and when it comes to me, what I do, and this will work for you too, if you're in that position. When I'm feeling in pain in my mind, pain in my body, whatever it be, just emotional, when I'm suffering, when I'm having a bad time, it's weird because I can't lie and say, yeah, I write music. Music helps. Making art helps all the time. Making art is so therapeutic and it's so good and cathartic. No. I think what's important is to try your damn best to really, really take a moment and just stop everything you're doing. You have to give yourself that time. Think about who's there, who loves you, because someone loves you. I don't care if you think anyone does. There's always that one person who cares so much about you.
You know what I mean.
And yeah.
No, dude.
And then it's weird. For me, it works this way. I stop. Doesn't always work, and it won't always work. Mental health and is definitely something you work towards your entire life. Yeah. But I stop. I text my friend Chrissy pretty much all the time. And I think, without trying to get anxiety, which is hard, but usually the next day, maybe 2 days later, once I'm getting in a clearer space, that's when the art works for me. Once I've gone through an episode and can reflect on it 2 days later, That's when I'm good. I know some people can be really in their feelings and really sad or going through a really bad episode, dealing with their mental health. But in that moment, they'll still be able to say, okay, I'm gonna paint, I'm gonna write a song, I'm gonna build something. I can't do that. Later I can, and it works out. But I think the most important thing is coming up with literal lists, writing stuff down, why you matter, who loves you. And it sucks. It's hard to find time to even just stop and stay still, especially as a full-time student and artist. But you can always set aside 5 minutes to breathe.
Yeah.
I would like to hope people are in a situation where they can do that, although I know it's different for everyone. But yeah, that's how I unwind. I literally just stop. Because if I don't stop, I will freak out even more.
So what if we stop right now? Relax. You just move. But that's good though. That's good though. You know, we got in depth about you. You know, we need to know more about you. Actually, what songs do you recommend listening to? You know, like from your catalog.
Well, I have a very short catalog right now. The older stuff, I'm not going to talk bad about my own art. The older stuff is just different from what I want to do now. But the XLA EP and I Don't Know What I'm Doing are on all streaming platforms. So you can go to iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. My personal favorite that's officially released right now is Die. And then there's a music video for it too. So like I said, go to YouTube. I do have things in the works. I'm working on things. It might take a while. It's stuff that, yeah, it's gonna take a while. So it's definitely a process. It's a lot of finding time.
A little sample of what's going on there.
Well, I've been teasing. If anyone follows me on Twitter that's watching, at Los Angeles City on Twitter, promo. I tease lyrics all the time, and I have I have 2 songs that are 3 actually that I've been teasing a lot recently. Although they might not have a form yet, like it might just be literally lyrics and not anything that I've recorded yet. There's 3 songs that are all sort of tied together. There's The Great Beyond, there's Stardust, and then there's Supernova. So it's all very spacey. Sounds
like Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Just playing.
And yeah, so go watch Die on YouTube. Follow at Los Angeles City on Twitter, at Los Angeles Music on Instagram, losangelesmusic.com, altpoplosAngeles@gmail.com for booking and other information. I also have my own Instagram Snapchat lens.
Would you like to show us some of your dance moves?
I can. Do we have the track? Is that later? Cool. Tight.
All right, it's gonna be good, man.
Shaka. That's also a mood. Hanging loose. That's also a vibe right now.
What?
Shaka. Hang loose. Hang loose. Live your best life. Shaka brah. Chill.
So what are you gonna do after you release your album? You gonna prepare a new one or not?
Okay, here's the thing. I'm not even gonna say that I'm working on an album because I'm not. But I so badly, and I don't know how it would happen. I don't have the resources to make it happen. But you know what's really tight? You know how music drops on Fridays now? Yeah. My birthday this year lands on a Friday, and I want to drop an album on that day so bad.
Do it. Got like a whole year left.
I know, but the sucky thing is, so with my music, what I do, I write lyrics, I make all the visual art, whether it be merch, single art, even just promo videos, all the stuff that I do for my music, I make myself. But I do not produce. And I don't have access to production. That's what I want it to be. I'm learning slowly. So the track that I'm going to perform later, I guess, I did produce the first, it's like 2 songs. One of them's brand new and has not been heard yet by anyone, like literally anyone. I have not sent it to a friend or anything. I produced that. It's very simple. I'm learning because you got to learn. That's my plan right now. When I'm done with school,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna obviously have to find a job, and I'm gonna try to take production classes because honestly, being a theater major is fun. I do set design and it's cool, but my passion's music, pop music. So I need to learn how to produce because that's a shitty thing. Is that I really want to put out an album.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know any producers. I don't have as many connections yet.
What are you looking for in specific? Like,
Oh, if anyone knows, it's really weird. So here's the thing is, if you listen to Die, which I'm also going to do later today, I'm going to perform that for you guys. Die has this very dark 80s feel, and it's produced by an artist named Tonebox. He's another one of the artists where I found his song. It's called System Error, was his original song, instrumental. So good. So I was just like, I'm going to just write lyrics, and I'm going to sing over it and mix it on Logic. And he liked it enough, I guess, to lease it to me. So I just paid him. I leased it from him, and I was able to, you know, make a video and I could perform it. But that, and I talked to him about making a song from scratch together, but he lives very far away and also money. So I don't know. But if anyone's watching, so the sound that I'm going for right now, it's something that's very 80s. It's a very new wave, but also like 70s and like funk. But I want it to definitely feel very fresh and contemporary. I'm really interested in PC music right now. I don't know if you know Charlie XCX. Yeah, she's really tight. She's really dope.
if I don't, they do.
I only want to make like one song. I have this specific song that I came up with while I was really high at the Lights concert. It's called Talented, and it's really silly. And I'm not gonna. It's like really good. It's like meme quality. It's like. Have you ever seen that YouTube video where it's like shoes? Let's get some shoes. Like it's stupid. You've seen that video? I mean, it's like yeah, it's like memes before memes were memes, right? It's funny. You should watch it. Everyone go look up. I think it's just called Shoes. If you type in shoes video on YouTube, I'm sure it's the first thing that's gonna come up. It's iconic. Like, it's quality content. But PC music is very like lovey-dovey, silly, like love you for life. Like it's like computer beats, but like it's almost like anime theme song influence. Not anime theme songs because they're okay. It's very kawaii. I would say it's very kawaii PC. It's very kawaii PC. So that song, I want to try that out. I want a sound that's what I'm going for. And if anyone wants, I'll send you the links. Yo, what's up? I'll send you the links to Fourth Dimension and Body Chromatic, and also I Can't Be Alone. So it's all synth wave, which is a genre that I recommend everyone listen to. Synth wave based synth pop. Because people do synth pop, but a lot of people who do synth pop, it's very like indie rock or electronica. And I love electronica. I want something that combines that feeling of nostalgia, getting high and driving down the freeway. The driver is not high though, just me. Don't drive under the influence. You know, just like laying out under the stars, but also like neon. A way I described my music to my friends was gay angels in space. Gay angels in space. Because Los Angeles, the point of Los Angeles is it's called Lost Angels, right? Because, you know, angels are something that, you know, haven't always been religious, but are usually associated with Christianity, right? The idea of an angel. And it's taking queer people and putting them up on a pedestal and giving them wings. So like I said earlier, it's about people giving people a voice and making them know their worth. That's what the concept of Los Angeles is. So I love angels. Angels are like my favorite thing. I'm wearing a pin of my guardian angel that I had hanging over my bed when I was a little kid. I don't know if you remember. It's if anyone knows, it's that painting with the angel and there's a bridge and there's these two little kids crossing the bridge and the angel's watching over them. Anyways, sorry. Anyways, though. So yeah, angels are definitely a strong motif in my music, and I kind of lost my train of thought because I went to. It's all
good, man. Well, man, it was really great having you. You know, you're really great guest so far. Hope to have you back again, which we will at the end of the show. Thank you for coming.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Los Angeles.
You are very welcome, Los Angeles.
Eskwilax
What's up?
Hour, episode 149.
141.
Tune back in after the break.
Shaka. Thank you for having me, fam.
That to say you're going to lead something creates a lot of hostility, division, jealousy, and envy.
Again, I hold my grudges, you tired of the sins. You know I love you, know when above. You just wanna say what I'm thinking of. You hoping you cool and that everything's working. Letting you know all of this wasn't worth it. Choices I made wasn't on purpose. Now that you're gone, I feel fucking worthless. Like this shit made me a whole nother person. But you still left it, so I lost my purpose. Was it something I said, something I did? It was just shit you couldn't forgive. If it's not with you, then I cannot live. Picture the cars in the house and the kids. Now all of that was a story. Once upon a time was never meant for me. Feeling alone, shit started to bore me. Still stayed away from the girls in the 40s. All of my time and focused on rhyming. Laid out the plan, I started advising. Hoping you cool, hoping you fine when you're doing yours and I'm doing mine. Shit, but didn't think I'd ever go and fuck it up. Didn't think I'd ever go and run amok. Didn't think you ever really give a fuck, ever give a fuck. Shit, I hope so. Now you trying to front, no, that won't go. First I roll a blunt, then I blow smoke. Picking through some girls, any, mini, money, mo. Oh no, but didn't ever meant to be like that. I was supposed to come, fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah.
So just bend the brush. Bend the brush. Make those little leaves and branches just pop right out at you. There he comes. Hey, little son of a gun's hiding your brush, and you just have to push him out. This is your world, your creation. It's your world, your creation.
Again, I hold my grudges, you tired of the sins. You know I love you, know when above. You just wanna say what I'm thinking of. You hoping you cool and that everything's working. Letting you know all of this wasn't worth it. Choices I made wasn't on purpose. Now that you're gone, I feel fucking worthless. Like this shit made me a whole nother person. But you still left it, so I lost my purpose. Was it something I said, something I did? It was just shit you couldn't forgive. If it's not with you, then I cannot live. Picture the cars in the house and the kids. Now all of that was a story. Once upon a time was never meant for me. Feeling alone, shit started to bore me. Still stayed away from the girls in the 40s. All of my time and focused on rhyming. Laid out the plan, I started advising. Hoping you cool, hoping you fine when you're doing yours and I'm doing mine. Shit, but didn't think I'd ever go and fuck it up. Didn't think I'd ever go and run amok. Didn't think you ever really give a fuck, ever give a fuck. Shit, I hope so. Now you tryna front, no that won't go. First I roll a blunt, then I blow smoke. Picking through some girls, any, mini, money, mo. Oh no, but didn't ever meant to be like that. I was supposed to come back.
The Eskwilax Hour, episode 149 with
Marichel.
There you go. So, what do you do?
So I work for the United Farm Workers Foundation doing immigrant rights and advocacy work. And then I also do artwork as well.
About the immigration thing. So what's that like, actually?
Well, given the new administration, it's needless to say, it's a little bit stressful, although arguably it's always been stressful, but our community is very, resilient. There's a lot of, farm workers and undocumented immigrants in the Central Valley who are organizing and making their voices heard, not only in California, but also nationally as well.
That's good, that's good. You get a joy out of helping people out?
Yeah, I really do. It's been really fulfilling. I actually am from Minnesota, and I moved out to California 5 years ago to work for the United Farm Workers and help empower farm workers and immigrants. So it's definitely been really rewarding.
That's good. So you're originally from Minnesota then?
Yes.
How is it?
Cold for like 9 months out of the year. But other than that, it's a good state. I'm from the Twin Cities.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Prince's hometown, so
You're out here with all the good artists, too.
Yeah.
So, did you start art around that time, or when you were living in Minnesota, or in Cali?
So I guess I've always been doing art since I was a little kid. I always had, had my crayons and my markers. Yeah. It's been something I've been doing kind of like throughout my life. And then I guess I would say, maybe 5 years ago, and then I started revisiting it again and kind of developing my style now, I suppose.
Yes, that's good. That's good. And what type of styles do you have, actually?
So my father is from Panama, so yeah. I'm half Panamanian. So growing up in our house, we would have they're called molas, which are kind of these like indigenous like fabrics that they do that are really bright and colorful. Yeah. Kind of resemble, well, maybe not on my shirt, but some of the things, some of my artwork that I do. Okay. Oh yeah, exactly like that. So some of the lines around it and some of the like outline of it is kind of speaks to the molas that I grew up with around my house, and then also to the part of me that's Panamanian too.
And what's going on right here, actually? Like,
that is a a harpy, which is the national bird of Panama. And I kind of wanted it to kind of like symbolize like power and strength, but beauty at the same time as well. So the power and the strength is kind of conveyed through like the lightning bolts and the eagle, but also to some of like, you know, the beauty and the softness through the color palette, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know, like the pink and the yellows. So that's kind of what I wanted to reflect through that.
That's amazing. And this style actually came like recently, you said, right? Like this was more influence now that you're like able to do it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 'Cause like before I would just do different mediums, draw different things, but I think I think of like about 5 years ago I started like finding my niche and kind of doing that type of style.
And what style did you do before?
Anything across the running across the gamut, just anything to be creative, really. Yeah, drawings. I did like paintings. I did like a different like prints. So I did some printmaking, like screen prints or lino cuts, kind of like across the board. But yeah, for some reason I started kind of honing in on that style.
That's good. That's good. Touching your roots. So, and do you usually showcase these in galleries, events, stuff like that?
I don't showcase in any galleries, so anybody who's watching, holla at your girl. But I do art walk a lot, so I've been going to like East Los Art Walk. I'm actually going to be there this Sunday, so on First in Indiana, so come check that out.
Were you there yesterday?
Huh?
Were you there yesterday?
Yeah, it's this Sunday.
Oh no,
yeah,
for the TTLA Art Walk too?
Oh no, I haven't done DTLA Art Walk yet.
No.
No.
You should, it's fun.
I know. I've been told. I need to get on that.
You should. And any other events you have your eyes on that you want to like showcase at?
Not in particular. I'm open to suggestions too. But yeah, I'm pretty low key. Just do art walk, or sometimes to like different individuals or organizations like would want me to like do a poster for them or like design like a flyer for them too, which I do. I do it for the United Farm Workers a lot, so I could do it for other people or organizations as well.
And has your art impacted any people yet? Has it like touched anybody? Has someone like, oh, you know, like this painting has been really inspiring for me or something like that?
Yeah, I think, you know, like when I'm at art walks, like people come up and, you know, they say that they might like a print I do. There's one in particular I have, it's of a bird like flying, and then it says Libertad like around it, and so I've had a couple of people come up and say that one really speaks to them, that it it makes them, you know, feel good. And then I also have a cute drawing of a sloth, and people like that one too. They're like, oh, sloth is my favorite animal. So I guess that's another one.
And do you draw a lot of animals actually?
Yeah, that's mainly what I draw. A lot of birds. I don't know why.
That's good. What's your favorite type of bird, actually?
My favorite type of bird? That's a great question. I like parrots because they have a lot of color. I like the quetzal. That's another beautiful bird.
What about a toucan?
Toucan is great. Yes, I just did a print of the toucan. Really? Yeah, for the Dream Act. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. It has a toucan in it, and it has really bright and colorful, and then it says Clean Dream Act around it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And like, so what does your art make you feel? Like when you're drawing it, you're painting it, you know, sketching it out?
How does it make me feel? So it makes me feel relaxed. It makes me feel healthy. Did I say healthy? I'm sorry, happy. Relaxed, and I don't know. I mean, since I've been doing it since I was so young, it just feels like I have the opportunity to like express who I really am, and that happens consciously or unconsciously as I'm creating the different pieces. So it's a good way to be in touch with myself, but also to connect to broader issues in our world as well.
That's good. And so, do you prefer when it comes out unconsciously or consciously?
It's a little bit of like a dual process. So I might have like a vision in my mind for how I want something to come out. But as I'm actually drawing it, things change, or I might make a little error and have to work around it. But by working around that error, it creates something entirely different that I didn't necessarily envision, but is equally, beautiful or like resonates with me. It's a little bit of both.
That's good. That's good. And do you prefer painting it or drawing it?
The majority of what I do are drawings, and then I do sometimes I like transfer my drawings over to screen prints, or I also do like lino cut prints. Painting, I am not very good at it. There are some wonderful painters out there, and it takes me a very long time to produce a painting. So that's definitely a lot of respect to like the painters and muralists out there, because that's definitely a skill set that I would love to develop.
That's really good. You should really get into painting. Painting is like a very beautiful way to pretty much connect it all together. One of our cameramen does it too.
Oh, that's great.
So that's, just keep going, keep exploring different sides of, I guess, art.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what's nice too, is most of the stuff I do is like pretty small, like not much bigger than 8 by 10. Sometimes I do like 16 by 10. But yeah, with painting you can do larger canvas sizes. I also too really enjoy about painting is like the richness of the colors that you're able to do. So definitely have to get on that train.
That's good. Now, I had a question. I had a question. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay.
Right.
Can I ask you a question?
Go for it.
Where'd you get that gold mic?
This belongs to the studio.
Oh, okay, cool. That's his personal gold mic.
I wish I could walk around with a gold mic all day.
I know, it'd be super cool. Exactly. That's right.
Oh, right. I was going to ask about your shirt.
Yes.
So, like, have you barely started making shirts, or like, has it?
Just barely started. Yeah. So I recently, and I'm gonna be going there right after this, started going to self-help graphics and like doing their screen printing classes. So that's been really cool and a great opportunity to learn different screen printing methods and be able to transfer some of my artwork onto shirts.
What do they do and where are they located?
Darn, where are they located? So they're right in front of, I think it's the Pico stop of the Gold Line. I don't have the exact address. And then, they usually have like monthly classes with Dewey Tafoya, and you can learn how to do screen printing there over at their facility. So it's really cool and really nice.
And would you recommend it for the youth?
Oh yeah, totally. Like it's super youth friendly, super like family friendly too. Like when at the times I've gone, there's just all different kinds of people who are there, and you can talk to people, do some artwork. So it's a good like positive experience for sure.
That's good. So was this your first shirt?
Yeah, I think this was the first shirt that I like ever screen printed there. Yeah, it is.
You did it yourself?
Yeah. Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. That's the whole picture you were talking about right now.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, yep.
So, I'm going to ask you one more question. Sorry? Oh, yeah. I recently just bought everything to
oh, really?
start making shirts. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
cool.
Just for music and stuff.
Oh, awesome.
But, I mean, like, if you have any tips, you could always tell me.
Oh, I'm still learning, so definitely starting on this one. But, yeah, for sure.
That's good. Now, do you have any other designs that you would want to put on shirts?